Authority, exousia. Authority, exousia. I wish I had my, there it is right there. Analytical Greek lexicon. Exousia. If I can find it here real quick. In this analytical lexicon. Well, I had to cross-reference the other ones. $146. I'll show this to you in the Analytical Greek Lexicon. If you can see that. Exousia. That's authority. I've read this to you before many times. It's on page 146. It comes from ex estin, and it means it is possible, it is permitted, it is lawful. Exousia. Unlimited authority. Unlimited authority. Power, ability, faculty, efficiency, energy, rule, dominion, jurisdiction, full power, prerogative, to exercise authority and power over anyone and anything. Yet to possess independent control over without any limits. That Analytical Greek Lexicon now. Now we can go all the way back to Liddell and Scott up there, Thayer, or whatever you want to do, but that's where it goes to. It means unlimited authority. Now let's go back and quote something. Matthew 16 and 18 says, "You're Peter, but upon this foundational rock, gigantic rock, Peter is a little stone, but upon this great foundational rock, like the rock of Gibraltar, like Morro Rock over there in Morro Bay, I shall be building my church, and the gates of hell shall not wrestle her down." Matthew 28, 18 through 20, it says there, in King James translation, and most of the others follow it, it says, "Go ye therefore." But that's not what it really says. It means, as you have gone out, as you've been scattered out, make disciples. Make disciples. Baptizing those disciples in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I'll be with you. I'll be with you. He said, "I have all authority under heaven and earth. And I'll be with you until the end of the age." That authority now is being challenged by the Pharisees and the scribes. And Jesus is debating with them, so to speak. 11:27 now. We'll go and read this from the Amplified Bible. "They came again to Jerusalem as Jesus was walking in the courts and palaces of the temple. And the chief priests, the scribes, and the elders came to him." Cross-reference to this is Matthew 21, 23 to 27, and Luke 21 to 8. And began saying to him, by what authority, now this is the word exousia, by what authority are you doing these things, and who gave you this authority to do these things? And Jesus said to them, I will ask you one question. You answer me, and then I will tell you by what authority I do these things. Was the baptism of John the Baptist from heaven, that is ordained by God, or was it from men? You answer me. And they began discussing it with each other, saying, if we say from heaven, he will say, then why didn't you listen to him? Why didn't you believe him? But if we say from men, they were afraid to answer, because the crowd, for everyone considered John the Baptist to be a real prophet of God. So they replied to Jesus, we do not know. And Jesus said to them, neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things. Now, by what authority I do these things. Did Jesus say, what did he say to them before? You've cast out demons by Beelzebub. He told him, he said, if you knew the Father, you would know me. I and the Father are one. John 8, John 10, John 1 and 1. Now let's go back and read this here. Kai, Erkontai, Pauline Ace Jerusalema, Kai Ento Ero, Peripatontes, Auto Erconte, Pros Auto Hoi Arceres, Kai Hoi, Dramates, Kai Hoi Presbyteroi. And they came again. That little conjunction there, page 208, Analytical Greek Lexicon. I'm writing some of these things down as I go because I memorized this stuff. Again, that little Pauline, that's a back again. That is an adverb, back again. And then ace, extension or limitation of thought or verbal action. Now, and they came back again unto Jerusalem. Now, when it means ace, unto Jerusalem, extension or limitation of thought or verbal action, it means here's Jerusalem, and that circle there, and north, south, east, and west, and all among it. They're in Jerusalem looking for him. They're tracking him down like wolves, hounds on the track. In Jerusalem, now, Kai, it starts the sentence there again, and then another sentence starts. Kai erkontai Pauline ace Jerusalema. And they came, third person plural, present, indicative, middle. They did this for themselves by their own volition. They wanted to come in there, they want to follow Jesus, they want to hound him. And then conjunction again, page 208. In the temple area, in there, page 137. That the there is locative singular masculine. Locative singular masculine, and the same thing with the temple. Locative singular. And then we have the peripationtes. Peripationtos. And that is a genitive, singular, masculine, present participle, and active. Walking around, peripatio. That's where it comes from, peri and patio. Walking around constantly. Of him, they came. Jesus is walking around all around the temple area. Everywhere in the temple area. Not in the temple itself, but in the temple area. And they came, and they came in our contact, third person plural present indicative middle voice. Again, of their own volition. Pros, page 346, that preposition there, toward him. Word auton there is accusative singular masculine third person pronoun. And then the chief priest and the scribe. The chief priest and the scribes is the subject here. And they came toward Jesus. Again, what we call, he's the objective of the sentence. And the priest, the one's priest, you might say there. That's nominative, plural, masculine, definite article, hoi, and our case, nominative, plural. Now we have another sentence, kai, another conjunction. And the drametes, that's nominative, plural, masculine, definite article, agreeing with the noun, the scribes, and the elders, presbyteroi. We get a word presbytery from that one. The scribes, the priest, and the elders. The whole Sanhedrin court is assembling itself toward him. The whole Sanhedrin court is assembling itself toward Jesus. Now 1128. By the way, 26 wasn't in the original language. It's not there in the Greek at all, period. Zilch. That was added many years later. 1128 now. Kai elegon auto in poia exousia. Tanta, tauta, poies, tis, sui, edoken, te, uxousian, tain, hina, tauta, poies. And they kept on saying, look at that word. This is a continued sentence here. That 208 there, that conjunction kai. Kai, and they kept on saying, third person plural imperfect indicative active. That's from Lego. To say. And Lego, actually what it means is, it shows the picture. The Greek language is like word pictures. And it shows a picture of a bird out in the yard picking up what he wants out of the yard. You go out here in the morning, I sit out here in the morning and evening and I watch the quail come around. And they're out there just digging in the ground and picking up what they want. That's the word Lego right there. They're out there picking up, and what the word it means, they kept on saying, it means they kept on picking words out of the vocabulary and putting them together against him. They kept on saying to him, dative singular masculine, third person pronoun. In what, or by what, or in, actually it's locative singular. That's page 137 on that. In what authority? In what authority? In what authority? Exousia. Now that word there, they're using that exousia there because it is supernatural authority. That exousia here means he was raising the dead. He was healing the lepers. He was healing the blind. He was curing the sick and the lame. And they want to know by what? Supernatural authority. Unlimited. Out of limits. It means out beyond limits. Beyond limits, that little interrogative there, poia. And then we have here, exousia, by what authority? These things. This little demonstrative pronoun there. These things you do. Second person singular present indicative active. You do. You practice. You do this all the time. Second person singular present indicative active. Why do you keep on doing this? By what authority do you keep on doing these things? Or, a little comparative. Or who? Tis. That's an interrogative. Pronominal adjective there. Or who? You gave, he gave the authority. Who he gave you the authority? Who gave you the authority? That he there is third person singular, first aorist indicative active. Now, first aorist is really punctiliar action. Somewhere in Jesus' ministry, there was a great amount of supernatural authority given to him. Boom, right there. Instantaneously, punctiliar action. He gave to you the authority, the exousia, unlimited power. Remember when we looked that up a while ago in the Analytical Greek Lexicon? That unlimited power. This. In order that, these things, you practice, you do all the time. Second person singular, present indicative active, from poio. Verse number 29 now. Ho de Jesus, epen, autois, eperoteso, himas, hina, logon, kai, apokritete, moi, kai, ero, himen, en, poia, exousia, tauta, poio. And moreover the Jesus. Now that wicked verse of conjunctive particle there, that little day there, on page 85 now. Moreover the Jesus, nominative, singular, masculine, definite article there, whole, and then Jesus, nominative, singular, masculine again. He said, Third person singular, second aorist indicative active. He said, but it was a elongated speech. It was punctiliary action, but it was durative linear just a little bit. Moreover to Jesus he said, and said to them for a while, and that word epain comes from lego also. That's the word lego, that means to pick out. And he said to them, dative plural, masculine, third person pronoun, I shall interrogate you. Epi rotao. Now that comes from rotao, but it's got epi on front of it, and that means to intensify something. I shall really interrogate you. First person singular future indicative active. I shall interrogate you. You all. The whole bunch. This is the priest, the scribes, and the elders. You all, accusative plural, second person pronoun. One word. One there is a numeral. One word, one statement, one question, one word, one statement. Now that logo on there, that's accusative singular masculine. One statement, and ye answer. You all answer. Second person plural, first aorist, indicative or imperative and passive. Imperative, passive. You are caused to answer. I want you to answer me one thing. I want to cause you to answer one thing to me. And I shall tell, ero, that comes from lego again, that's first person singular future indicative active. I shall tell to you all, dative plural, second person pronoun, one, in, or by what, or in what power, in what power and authority these things I do. First person singular present indicative. It even could be may do. Also it could be subjunctive there. It could be I may do. Whatever I want to do, I do it by this power. Now verse number 130. To baptisma, to iwanu, ex uranu, ein, ek, anthropon, apikrite, moi. The baptism, the immersion, the dipping. John used to take people out and dip them in the Jordan River. Remember? He'd dip them there where the Jordan River comes out of the Sea of Galilee. He dipped them on the seashores, the lip of the rivers and the streams. The baptism, the immersion. The immersion belonging to John. Then we have the ek, page 121 there. Ex is where it goes, ex uranu, so it kind of throws the words together for euphony, so we change it from ek to xi on the end of it there. Out of heaven. Now that's ablative, singular, masculine. Out of heaven, third person singular, it kept on being. John's baptism, did he keep on being out of heaven? Or, that little comparative there, or correlative comparative, that A there, out, preposition again, it comes from ek, page 121, out of mankind. Did it originate from mankind? And that's ablative plural and genitive plural. Ye answer. That's imperative, second person plural, imperative. You answer to me. You tell me. Where did John's baptism come? Where did his authority to baptize come from? Out of heaven or from mankind? Now, verse number 31. And that little conjunction there, that's tying this sentence with another sentence above. And they kept on debating, third person plural and perfect indicative middle voice. They kept on debating among themselves, for themselves, toward one another, page 346, that preposition. Themselves, accusative, plural. Third person reflexive pronoun, saying. Nominative plural masculine, present participle active, saying this. They kept on saying this. Now, this is a participle, it just continues on and on and on. They kept on saying, and they debated like this for quite a while among themselves. If we may say, now that word if there, that's a third class conditional particle. The condition, unfulfilled, but with prospect of fulfillment. If we may say, and that word, that subjunctive mode there, that's what makes this conditional up here a third class condition, because it's in the subjunctive mode. First person plural, second aorist, subjunctive, active. And over there in Wales, I hope, Donald, I hope I'm helping you with this grammar, because they don't have what I'm teaching in grammar books very much. I mean, you got to add up a whole bunch of grammar books to get all this together. We may say, first person plural, second aorist, subjunctive, active, out of heaven. Again, X is brought out of ek, page 121. Out of heaven, and that's oblative, singular, masculine. Out of heaven, he will say, he shall say. They said, this is what he's going to say to us now, ere. He shall say, why, deity, and then why not? Why then, that there, by the way, is in double brackets, and that is not in the original language. And why then not, that little adverb of negation there. Why not? Ye believe in him. Locative is singular, masculine, third person pronoun. Why didn't you believe in him? Why didn't you believe in John the Baptist? Verse number 32 now. We got one more verse to go here after this. Alla, epomen, ek, anthropon, ephobonte, ephobone, ton, oklon, apontes, gar, ekon, ton, Iwanen, ontes, hote, prophetes, ain. Strong adversive conjunction, page 15. And we may say, that's a subjunctive mode, first person plural, subjunctive. We may say, out of, preposition again, X, out of ek, page 121, out of mankind, out of human authority, and they kept on fearing, third person plural, in perfect indicative middle voice, they kept on fearing for themselves the crowd. Now look at how many people is in this crowd, Marilyn?
5,000.
5 to 10,000 people in this crowd. That's what that word oklo means there. If it was okloi, it would be 10 to 20,000 or more. They kept on fearing the crowd. Here's the singular masculine. For all, that's a little gar there, page 75, that conjunction. For all, they kept on holding. They kept on holding, ekon, third person plural, imperfect indicative active, the John, and that word ontos there, that's an adverb. And that means in reality, in all reality, they kept on holding actively that a little conjunction there, that prophet, prophetes, John kept on being. You have to put John in there because John is a practical substantive. That's what we're talking about. He kept on being. John kept on being a prophet. Now the last verse in this message, Kai apokrithetes, to eso legusen, uk oidamen, Kai hoi Jesus lege, autois uthe, ego lego, hemen and poia, exousia, tauta, poia. These people that didn't believe, the scribes, the priests, the elders, that's the roll call of the damned. The roll call of the damned. These people were damned, and they damned themselves. They could have believed, you know. Josephus believed. I mean, not Josephus, but Joseph believed. Joseph of Arimathea, he believed. We have Nicodemus, he believed. We have Matthew, he believed. We had Luke, a physicist and scientist, he believed, the doctor. Mark believed. John believed. But these people, the Pharisees, the elders, and the scribes, is a roll call of the damned. Conjunction, tying this sentence in again. Having answered, nominative plural masculine, first aorist participle passive, having been caused to answer the Jesus, they say, third person plural present indicative active from lego, not, adverb of negation, adverb of negation. Yeah, they knew. We know, not we know. First person plural, second aorist, indicative active from oida. And, again, the Jesus, nominative singular masculine, definite article. See, all the articles and nouns agree. And Jesus, he says, third person singular, present indicative active. To them, dative plural masculine. Third person pronoun. Ude. Neither, not one. Moreover, not. Is what it is. Moreover, not, I say to you. Moreover, ude, that's from uk and de, that adverb of negation, and we could receive conjunction. Not I say, that's nominative, singular, masculine, first person pronoun. Lego, lego, leges, lege, legomen, legeti, legusi, legain. So this is first person singular, present, indicative, active, to you all. To you all. Dative plural. Second person pronoun. In what? In what power? In what authority? A little preposition there. In what authority? Exousia. Remember what that exousia means? That means unlimited power. These things I do. First person singular, present indicative active. I'm not going to tell you by what power, by what authority I do these things. Because you won't answer me. Because I know you know it. I know you know by what power I do these things. And that's the roll call of the damned. The scribes, the priests, the elders, the Pharisees, Herodians, the Kari, all of these political groups were the roll call of the damned. Our Father, we send this message out for your honor and glory. Please use it. Please convict the hearers of sin, righteousness, and judgment to come. Please use it wherever it goes in the world for your honor and glory.